Good day everyone, I am Mary Crucel Alcadove, and today we will gonna continue to discuss about the powers vested upon the executive. And right now, I will be discussing to you the pardoning power, section 19. The President may grant reprieves, commutations and pardons, and merit refines and forfeitures after conviction by final judgment. He shall also have the power to grant amnesty with the concurrence of a majority of all members of the Congress. So in pardoning power, a president can only give a pardon to a person if there is a final judgment. So if ongoing pa ang case, automatic, dili pa siya mahatagan o pardon. Just like when Duterte said na iyang ipardon si Gloria. Dili siya possible because the investigation is still ongoing. In that sense, in order for you to pardon someone, there must be a final judgment. But of course, just in case, naa sa ginatawag na amnesty. So what is amnesty? It means that official pardon for people who have been convicted of political offenses or dili pwede na ang president ra alone. So kailangan og concurrence sa majority of the members of the Philippine Congress. So moving forward, we have two kinds of pardon. The first one we have is absolute and the second is conditional. So first, let's talk about the absolute pardon. It is the total extinction of the criminal liability of the individual to whom it is granted without any condition whatsoever, resulting to the full restoration of his civil rights. So one example of absolute pardon is when President Rodrigo Duterte has granted absolute pardon to the U.S. Marine Lance Corporal Joseph Scott Pemberton, who was convicted for the death of the Filipino transgender or the Filipino trans woman Jennifer Laude. So, and that is why nakalaya si Pemberton. It is because gi-grant siya og absolute pardon ni President Duterte. Kay tungod sa pagpardon ni Duterte, automatic ma-reprieves siya sa tanan niyang pananagutan sa atoa. So wala tay kukudon sa tao as if nga wala siya nahitabo nga krimen. And for the conditional pardon, it is an act to modify or end a sentence imposed by the court. So it can only occur sa mga currently nga incarcerated or sa tao nga naana sa bilangguan. It can be medical or immigration. So when we say medical, it is granted to incarcerated individuals who are terminally ill. So grabe na jud og sakit. So on the other hand, in order for you to be considered for immigration-related clemency, the individual must be facing deportation in 30 days or less. So next, here are the limitations upon the pardoning power. First, it may not be exercised for offenses in impeachment case, according to Article 6, Section 2. Second, it may be exercised only after conviction by final judgment. Third, it may not exercise over civil contempt. And lastly, no pardon may be granted without recommendation of the Commission of Election, according to Article 6, Section 5. And here are the effects of pardon. First, it restores his full civil and political rights. Second, it does not discharge the civil liability of the convict to the individual he has wronged. And lastly, it does not restore offices, property, or rights. Alright, so now we'll talk about the budgeting power, Section 22. The President shall submit to the Congress within 30 days from opening of every regular session as the basis of a general appropriations bill, a budget of expenditures and sources of financing, including receipts from existing and proposed revenue measures. So, to give you an insight, if ever wala pa ni na-discuss during high school or senior high school, General Appropriations Bill, this would actually the bill kung asa gihatag or gipanukala ang mamahimong national budget sa Philippines or sa country for the next preceding year. So what happens with this one? So the president actually has the budgetary power. So ang president maoy muhatag og basis o kung unsa kadako ug unsa kagamay ang ilahang ihatag. Let's say for example sa DOJ budget, DepEd budget, DILG budget, and many more. And all of them, definitely, ang president maoy moingon sa basis o ang baseline. And it is the power of the executive to have the basis for the budget. And I think that would be the end for my part. Thank you so much for listening.